the 4-H educator here in Upson County.
Hi, my name is Haley Robinson. I am the Ag Agent and County Extension Coordinator here in Upson County. And what we are going to start here, once all of this social distancing stuff is over, is we're going to start a garden club. And so what the garden club will entail is 4-Hers. So we're going to start with grades 4th through 12th, and we might vary them a little bit. But you're going to be able to come to the office. We're going to have raised beds. We're going to learn a lot of different things, and we're actually going to start it virtually right now.
And when we start the garden club, we're going to be using something called compost. So compost is a mixture of organic material, and we looked up an official definition which said that compost is organic matter that has been decomposed in a process called composting. This process recycles various organic materials otherwise regarded as waste products and produces a soil conditioner. Compost is rich in nutrients. So basically what that is saying is composting is a way to reuse some of your waste that you might use from around the house, like kitchen scraps and stuff like that, to put organic matter back into the soil, so to help your vegetables and flowers grow. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the different types of composting you can do.
So there's different types of materials that you can use. There's examples like plastic tubs. There's materials like plastic trash cans that people use. Sometimes people have wood framed ones. They also have ones that can be made out of like chicken wire or other wires like that. There's ones that can be made out of metal frames. There's some that are frameless that are kind of just out in either in your backyard, people can dig a hole, stuff like that. Or there's also pre-made ones where you can purchase those from like examples of Home Depot, Tractor Supply, Lowe's, places like that.
So today what we're going to be using to build our compost bins are plastic tubs and a trash can. And we chose this because we're going to see how different compost can be, if it's in a black container or a clear container, and if it changes the quality of the compost.
So we talked about our garden club, right? And so we're starting it virtually. So what we're going to do is Miss Courtney and Miss Haley are going to take these compost bins home. I'm actually going to take the clear one, and Courtney's going to take this one. And so we're going to start our composting, and we're going to continue it until our 4-Hers can come back to the office with us. And so this is going to be our first little bit, our intro to our garden club.
Okay, see ya. Bye. Okay, so now we're going to show you the materials you'll need to build your own compost bin. So we've got some tape to tape so that we can put some holes in.
We've also got some box cutters. I've got a pink one, Miss Courtney's got a gray one.
And so with these box cutters, they're very sharp, so just make sure that you have a parent or guardian, somebody there to kind of help you when you use these.
And if your parents need to do it themselves, then you can also do that as well. And so like we had said, we decided that we were going to use these bins. So right now we've got the lids on them. We're actually going to go ahead and keep the lids on it. Miss Courtney's already flipped hers over. So these holes are going to go on the very bottom of each one of these bins. And so Miss Courtney, because of the material that this bin is, she's having to put tape down before she puts those holes in, and now she's going to tape it, and she's going to start cutting some of those slits with these box cutters that we've got.
And I've already got some of the tape done, but this really just helps the box to not shatter on the bottom. And you need the holes because it's important to have good drainage when you're building compost bins.
If for some reason you get your bin completely finished, you've started to fill it up with some of your food scraps, some of your leaves and different stuff like that, and it's not draining properly, you can always go back and add more holes. So don't think that once this is completed, you can't go back and modify it a little bit. So we had said that we're using these box cutters, but there's also other ways that you can puncture these holes. You can use something really sharp like an ice pick and use that. You can use a drill. With the materials that we've got here and the safety of being outside and showing it for a little bit younger audience, we wanted to make sure that we're doing something that's a little bit more safe, a little bit more steady. I know if using a drill, it can get a little bit out of control, the speed can be too fast, and you definitely have to have somebody else there to do it for you and to make sure it's safe. So we're doing it with these box cutters. We're going to see how it turns out. We'll keep you updated on what we're doing. If for some reason our holes aren't working, then we'll just go back and create some more.
Now we're going to get to work to put our holes in. We'll see you in a minute.